here's the thing. It's a good Friday to be talking, or just about any day you're watching this. Maybe you're catching this in the replay, maybe you're catching this on YouTube. But first, we were having a party here. If you can see my pom pom celebrations, we hit our 400th episode of the Confidence Podcast. It's a big deal. If you haven't yet listened, I want to share with you seven things I've learned about confidence in this past year. Look, I'm almost in 10 years of confidence coaching. It's amazing. There is still more to uncover, and I'm so excited to share with you. But today, we're talking about how to like yourself. If you have struggled with self sabotage, if you have struggled with overthinking, with self criticism, with feeling behind, not enough, with any kind of negative thought about yourself, this pep talk is for you. Go on, share it as we talk, tag a friend, comment below. I am here to serve and encourage you, and really fundamentally, teach you to start being nice to yourself. Everything changes when you start being nice to yourself. Take it from somebody who was their own worst enemy. I was my own worst critic. I was super mean to myself. And I thought, well, I'm just a perfectionist. Oh, this is just because I'm driven. I excused and justified really unacceptable behavior. And as a result, I suffered. I struggled with my relationship with food. I struggled with my relationship with my body, and I wasn't growing in my potential. So I've got 5 ways that I want you to be able to start focus on. You start on these things to help you really start to like yourself. When you like yourself, you are a friend to yourself. When you start being a friend to yourself, you start doing what you say you're going to do. You start following through at a whole new capacity, and you start realizing the great potential that you have within you. Y'all, this is where confidence thrives. So, number one, nice words only. You are only allowed to say nice things about yourself, just like your mama taught you. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Okay? Super simple, easier said than done, but that's why we journal, and that's the power of journaling. Be mindful of your thoughts. Number two, comparing is not allowed. You are not allowed to compare yourself to anyone else, because that would be so boring if we were all like each other. Diversity and this beautiful tapestry of different skills, interests, personalities, colors, talents is what makes the world so amazing. Stop comparing yourself or trying to be someone that you're not, because God made you to be you. It's time to show up as that. So, nice words only. Comparing is not allowed. 3, I want you to speak to your potential. That means we don't just go, gosh, I really hope I could do this. We start going, I'm going to speak to what I know is possible. I'm going to speak and speak up to myself. I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to think 10x higher than that. I'm going to start being the friend that's a cheerleader to myself. Like, I want you to pretend you got me in your pocket going, yeah, sister. Yeah, brother, you got this. But hey, that goal is too small. You got bigger. You have so much potential in you. But you've got to start giving yourself permission to believe that it's there. And how do we do that? We squash the lie that says, well, who am I to think? Who am I to say that I could do this? Or, I mean, right? That those thoughts, those aren't nice words. Those aren't good things. Hey, Jesky, hey, thank you for saying I'm a breath of fresh air. That makes me happy. But those, we gotta guard nice words only, no comparing, and let's speak to our potential. And when you speak to the potential, you look forward with faith and hope. And that's what, y'all, that's what confidence is. That's why I love confidence. We expect great things to happen, even when we can't see it, even when it's just a risk. Because you know what? There's no failure as long as you don't stop trying. Failure, first off, is simply feedback. And secondly, it's an opportunity to strengthen, to be strengthened and stretched. And then we become invincible, because you literally will never be, it's not possible to fail unless you quit. And if you're not a quitter, which you're not because you believe in your potential, you aren't ever going to fail. There's nothing on the line here. There's no risk. You can go forward and go all in and be proud of yourself. And when you're proud of yourself and you like yourself and you're cheering yourself on and you're believing in your potential, y'all, doing big things gets done. Little by little, big things get done. And shining and being bright will really, really inspire you and motivate you. And you go, how is it that I was making life so much harder before? But think about this. Think about the mean girls in high school. Think about somebody who always had it out for you. They made life harder. But here's the deal. When you are not your own cheerleader, when you are not your own friend, when you are not nice to yourself, when you don't like yourself, you are the mean girl to yourself. And then you wonder why you can't get where you want to go. You wonder why you get 10 steps forward but you take 12 back. Y'all, we gotta stop being our own bullies. Being a bully is never cool, yet we allow it to happen because we're like, well, I'm a perfectionist. Well, you don't know, I just, I'm not, we go into this negative spiral, speaking words of death to ourselves. No more. Okay, speak to your potential. Number 4, learn something every day. When you fall in love with learning, there's no such thing as failure. When you fall in love with learning, every day is an adventure. When you fall in love with learning, you don't have to worry about pretending you know it all, pretending you've got it all together. You don't have to worry about looking cool. You are just in it to learn. I'm in this life to learn every day. As long as I learn, and that means that if I learn, that means I'm growing. If I'm growing, that means I'm going. If I'm going, that means I'm on the way where I want to go. So as long as I'm learning, yo, I'm happy. So I can detach from the outcome. My confidence doesn't get tied up in the outcome. It gets tied up in the process, because the process is where the learning comes from. Learning is exciting. Just watch. I'm watching my toddler learn how to do shapes and stuff. It's exciting. We all have that in us, this innate desire and love for learning. Hey, Karina, I'm glad you're just hanging on the podcast. But this deep desire and love for learning is so ingrained in us. It's in you. Bring it up. Let that bubble up. You will explore so much. And if you realize that every day your job's to learn, you'll stop beating yourself up for saying, well, I'm not doing enough, and I should be doing more. You literally are gonna go, oh, did I learn today? Okay, well, awesome. I can't wait to see what I'm gonna learn tomorrow. And that means learn about maybe a profession. Maybe you're just learning about something about that makes you curious about nature. Maybe you're learning about yourself. Maybe you're a student in college confidence with me. You're learning about yourself. Okay, learning is power. And you know what? The more you learn, the more confident you will become. The more you learn, the more confidence you have in yourself, and you will like yourself. And when you like yourself, like we already said, you go far. Now, our 5th thing that I have for you is to take my little notes here. Express yourself. And you see that in the comments. Express that yourself. What does that mean? It means give yourself permission to be creative. Now, this is easier said than done, like most of these, but we all are creative. We are creators. You are creating a life of your dreams. You are creating yourself. My job as a confidence coach is I take people from one point to another point. I take you from where you are or where you are stuck to where you want to be. I am a coach. I'm a life coach. I'm a confidence coach, but I'm in the transportation business, right? I transport you from one place to the next. I help you get the action to go. So when you think about that, I want you to realize that you are creating a life. You are creating life. You are creating impact. You are creating legacy. And you are designing your life. And so when you think of yourself as a creator, you are creative. Even if maybe you don't paint or you write or consider yourself creative, you are in your own way. So I want to encourage you to express yourself through some sort of creativity each and every day. This is life-giving, and it is what it does is it releases us into this place where we were ourselves back as children, where we didn't have shame and restrictions and self-judgment and fear about people's opinions about us. When you go into that creative space, do it for you. And what it does is creativity connects to curiosity, and curiosity and creativity combined together really cultivate and this curate confidence. And I believe that those three together, creativity, curiosity, and your confidence, help launch you into your calling. There's something really beautiful about being creative. Now, I got to tell you, even as somebody who knows this, sometimes it's harder to implement. I just had a 30-minute window, and I could get ahead on work. As an entrepreneur, and I always have things to be working on and behind the scenes tech stuff that can be time consuming. And I looked at that half-hour window and I said, "Oh, I want to write." And I went, you need to do that later when it's more practical." And you know what I said to myself? I was a coach to myself. What I do with students is I teach you how to coach yourself. So you would do the same thing. No, hey Trish, it's actually more important to be creative right now, because your creativity will help curate you will be a friend to yourself. This is self-care, and it's cultivating your confidence, and it's going to help you benefit later. You'll actually be more productive and effective later in the day because you showed up and prioritized your creativity. So listen, so that was just me doing some free writing. Maybe your creativity is doodling. Maybe it's, I don't know, there's no right or wrong way to be creative, but please, please, please find a way to express yourself, because creativity leads to confidence. And when you're confident, You're gonna like yourself, I promise. Confidence opens doors and creates pathways. So, in review, nice words only. Comparing is not allowed. Speak to your potential. Learn something daily and express yourself. And if you are ready to go next level, you know where to go. Collegeconfidence.com. I will take you from where you are to where you dream of being. And it starts with training your thoughts and thinking about what you think about. So if you're in, I want to hear if you're in. I want you to be a friend to yourself. Are you willing to start to learn to be a friend to yourself? Because you're the person that you're going to talk to the most your whole life. Because your thoughts, you hear them all the time. We might as well make them good thoughts. You're going to be with yourself your whole life. Let's make sure, one, that you're the best version of yourself, and two, that you like yourself. And to get to those points, we've got to encourage ourselves through the words we speak. So, guys, if this video encouraged you, please comment below. I want to hear. And don't forget, listen to episode number 400 of the Confidence Podcast. Share this with a friend and be kind to yourself. It all starts there.